This tutorial is going to go through how to use a customization. If you're in the BILSA department and you don't want to go through and select BILSA every time you run a certain report, you can use a customization to make sure that BILSA is the only one that comes up each time. If you have several different reports, you can save customizations and apply those when you open the report. I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Uh, I'm going to use a class capacity report again, and let's say I want to see only those courses that are under capacity. Maybe I'm looking for open classes for students, and I am in BILSA, and I want to see only the BILSA class each time. I can go through and select some very specific subjects here. I'm just picking these randomly, and there's certain courses that I want to see. I'm just going to go through and select a bunch of these, make sure that we have some results. But the idea is I can make a lot of specific selections, and here we go. Okay, so I'm going to go through here and select apply to get my results at the bottom of the page. If it'll come back, and here we go. So here's the selections that I made, and these are showing me the BILSA courses with these subjects, this title, that are under capacity. And I can go through and make some changes down here. I know what the term is. I'm not going to have to see that term column every time. I don't need to see the percentages of the capacity. I just want to see the numbers. I'll hide those columns. So I made some specific changes here. Another thing I can do is I can put these subjects into sections. I'm going to do that. So I made quite a few customizations here. I'm going to save this customization. I just go in here and give it a name. I'm going to save this as BILSA under capacity. Ooh, there we go. And I made a spelling error here. Make sure you double check that. I can make this the default for my page, so each time I open this page, it's going to automatically apply this customization. I'm not going to do that this time around. I'm just going to select OK. So now, when I leave the dashboard and I come back in, so the next time I open up, I can log out, come back in, whatever you want to do. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to select the class capacity tab, and it's back to normal. But I can come over here, and now that I've saved my customization, I can apply that saved customization. And here it is. I'm going to select to apply the saved customization, and now all those changes that I made um, are going to show up here. It's going to pull new data from the time that you ran the report, but you're not going to have to go through and select all the same prompts. Another thing I can do, if I come back in here, okay, it's still going to stick with those options, but I can go through. If I did select to make this my default, now when I go out of the report, I'm going to come back into class capacity here. Now when I select class capacity, it should automatically apply that save customization, so I don't even need to go and apply the save customization. And here it is. So it's saved for me each time I open this report. If I set it as the default, my customization is automatically applied. In this tutorial, I'm going to go through and explain the briefing book. I have set a customization, so my class capacity tab and my class capacity report opens up with the save customization. There's another tutorial for that if you want to see how that works. But I have some specific information here. I've modified the report results so I only see what I want. I can add this to a briefing book. What this is going to do is create a PDF of the results. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to add to briefing book. I should open a window. There's two different ways you can do it. You can do an updatable or a snapshot. This one I'm going to do a snapshot first. I'm going to enter a location to save. And when this is saving, you're saving in OBI in your account. You're not saving to your laptop or your desktop. So I'm going to go in here. In my folder structure in OBI, I have a briefing books folder. I've already done this a couple times, but I'm going to redo this one. I'm going to save it separately here. I'm just going to add a number just to make it different from this other one that I've already done. I'm going to get that. I'm going to select OK. When you have this problem happen, you just drag this window around a little bit and then it gets smaller. Okay. So now that I've entered a location, I'm doing a snapshot of the briefing book. So it's going to save the information right now, and anytime I open that briefing book, it's going to display this information. So I'm going to select OK. And if I want to find that briefing book, I come here to my catalog, and this is going to open that folder structure. My folders, the briefing books that we save it in, here it is. Here's the one that I just did. If I want to open this up, I select PDF here. And here I have my briefing book. Now this is a PDF of the results that I just got. I don't think I need that. But that'll go away. Yep. Okay. So here is a PDF of the results, and here are the prompts and everything that was selected. And here you go. And here's another section that shows me I didn't have anything selected in catalog number and title. I did have these subjects selected. So this is a PDF printout. If I want to do for a 10-day snapshot numbers, I can do this. Broken up in sections for the subjects. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. I'm going to go back into this catalog, or back into the dashboard. Hit class capacity again. And I'm going to add to the briefing book one more time, but this time I am going to do updatable. So every time I open this up, this briefing book up, it's going to take the latest date. I'm going to save it in the same place in my briefing books folder. I'm going to add it to this briefing book. So here I have a snapshot. Now I'm adding an updatable. So there's going to be two different reports in my briefing book. I select OK. See if I get that window error. Okay, it was quick. It's added to the briefing book. I come back to my catalog, my folders, briefing books. Here's the report. When I open this up, there should be another report in my briefing book. And here it is. Here's the one that we just ran, and here's the one that we saved now. If I scroll down, here's my first report for my briefing book. I think it said page 5 is going to be the second one. So here's page 5. Here is the latest updatable briefing book that I just ran. Now if I close this out and open it again, see how the time is updated? I should have pointed it out the first time. I'm going to close it again. So right now it's 2/41/06. So it's pulling the same information, but it's pulling from right now. The snapshot date has stayed the same. So we have 2/41/06 here. I'm going to close this again. Now if I open up in PDF again, and I do, 2/41/33. So since this report is class capacity report is real time, it's one of the few that is. The data might be different depending on an updatable briefing book. The snapshot is going to stay the same. This date isn't going to change. This time isn't going to change. Most of the time your reports the data is refreshed overnight, so your data is never more than 24 hours old. If you want to do something like this where this would be my 10-day numbers, and I can run this report, I saved a snapshot into the file, and then I saved an updatable briefing book into the same file here. Anytime I open this up, I can compare my 10-day numbers to the updatable briefing book. So anytime I open it, the data is what is most recent, and that is the briefing book.